The dogs in this story, number 2. Two such scamps you never knew. Lolli, a poodle, not big at all, and Poppy, a Pekingese, also quite small. They scuffle and scamper and chase through the house, making Sasha the cat sit still as a mouse. Sasha refuses to join in their play. One look at them and she runs away. On a day in June, these two could be spied, fresh from the groomers, washed and blow-dried, each with a ribbon on top of the head. One ribbon was blue, and one ribbon was red. No rebels were they, but sweet, you would say, as proudly they entered the house that day. Were they full of mischief? How could they be? Read on, my friend, and you will soon see. Lolli, the leader, was hatching a plot, and Poppy, an angel she was not. She'd follow Lolli anywhere, even to Lolli's favorite chair, where Lolli, I fear, would make her own law and push Poppy out with her small furry paw. Well-groomed, well-fed, with a life in the sun, what more could they want? They wanted more fun. When walking time came, what can I say? Lolli and Poppy, those scamps ran away. Lolli trotted, her nose in the air, while Poppy scampered. My, what a pair! Linda, their owner, called loudly, "Come here!" But Lolli and Poppy heard nothing, I fear. They'd heard of Grand Canyon and Yellowstone Park. They'd visit, they thought, and return home by dark. Yosemite, too, with mountains so high, and rivers that seemed to fall from the sky. First stop, Grand Canyon, and on these two loped. It must be close by. At least, that's what they hoped. What's this? A sign says, "Apartments for rent." In back, a big hole, and that's where they went. They stood and looked down at a hole in the ground, while cranes and trucks moved all around. Uh-oh, look out! The ground's giving way. These two took their first fall of the day. Into the hole they fell full 10 feet. Did I hear you say that these two were sweet? Mud on the paws, mud in the face, only their hair ribbons still were in place. Grand Canyon, goodbye, on to Yellowstone Park. They have to move fast to get home by dark. And so on they went, still seeking more fun. A thrilling adventure had surely begun. What a beautiful day! How good to feel free! "It's Yellowstone Park, a geyser I see," said Lolli, the leader, to let Poppy know the park was in view, and that on they should go. Water was spewing, up high in the air. What a beautiful sight! There could be none so fair. People sat near the geyser to see, while the children they watched over played happily. Lolli and Poppy, don't wade in the pool. Too late. They loved the water, so cool. What has become of their clean silky hair? The groomer would die at the sight of that pair. Only their hair ribbons still were in place. Of bath and blow-dry there was hardly a trace. Yosemite next, with its massive rock walls, evergreen trees, and tall waterfalls. Now it's a canyon through which they pass, though the walls here are made not of rock, but of glass. An arena they find, and from up on high water cascades, and trees they both spy. Yosemite this, they now grandly think, while pausing a bit to take a nice drink. The water is falling from way up on high. The roof is so tall, you'd think it's the sky. Uh-oh! The splash of the tall waterfall has wetted them both, hair ribbons and all. Perky no longer, wet through and through, the ribbons lay flat, one red and one blue.
"Oh, Mom, look at them,"
a little boy said.
"Their ribbons are wet, one blue and one red. How do you think that they found their way here? Where is their owner? She's lost them, I fear."
and over he went to where Poppy was and quickly picked up that soft ball of wet fuzz. Poor Lolli was flustered. She made a to-do. She barked and she growled and she jumped up too. But Poppy was captured. There just was no use. The small boy refused to let Poppy loose. He went to a place where it said, "Lost and found." The next stop, I fear, was the animal pound. But Lolli, the leader, as brave as could be, she jumped, and Poppy broke free. Away they both ran as fast as they could, and headed for home as good dogs should. Had they had a good day? I'd say that they had, because their good times had outweighed the bad. How many dogs, you might hear them say, could see 3 famous parks, all in one day? They trotted along as pleased as could be, one white, one brown, great chums you could see. They were not home yet. From their path they looked down and saw a speedway in the center of town. Indianapolis Speedway? Is that what they see? The speed was so great it just had to be. People in racing cars, glassy-eyed, tense. Could driving like this really make any sense? Speeding and weaving and chasing ahead, side by side these racing cars sped. As Lolli and Poppy looked on, they saw a police car appear. It was the law. Seeing police, drivers slackened their pace. The cars in this speedway all lost that race. They are almost home. They've had a great day. They've seen 3 great parks and 1 speedway. But what about Linda and Sasha, too? What about them, these friends so true? Wait! Who's that in their own front yard, rubbing her chin and looking so hard? It's Linda, poor thing. What a day she has spent. She's asked all around, "Who knows where they went? Lolli and Poppy so clean and blow-dried. Where are you? Where are you?" poor Linda has cried. And then she saw them. Her joy knew no bounds. But could these be they? These muddy wet hounds? Hair ribbons askew with both knots untied? Were these the same 2 that were bathed and blow-dried? Do you know, good friend, how she knew each one? Because cheer shone out, as it always had done. "Well, you 2, it's the groomer for you. Ribbons and bath and blow-dry all new." When the groomer saw them, she almost cried. These dogs that so lately were washed and blow-dried. But she took them in hand and scrubbed with shampoo and put hair ribbons on again, 1 red, 1 blue. And now here they are, as sweet as can be, Lolli and Poppy, such good company. But Sasha the cat still won't join in their play. One look at them, and she runs away.